From the ashes of humble beginnings, rise the sense of regeneration, signaling the dawn of a new age. The foundations of the old and antiquated, now demolished, and in its place the newly built pillars of fearlessness and opportunity. Dreams are clearer, expectations are set higher, and the quest for championship gold is even stronger than it's ever been before. At one time or another, everything goes through a period of evolution. The world of wrestling is no different. Welcome to a new age. Welcome to a new era. Welcome to a new FWE.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new era of fantasy wrestling entertainment as we welcome you inside the brand new Fantasy Dome. I'm Seth Cole alongside of Jack Mitchell. Jack, we are less than a month away from Bash at Tatooine, and you got a busy night, buddy.
I absolutely do. Looking forward to this Intercontinental Championship #1 Contenders Triple Threat match. I've won a #1 Contenders Triple Threat match in the past before, so let's see what we can do here tonight.
Yourself, Levi McIntyre, Carlos Zimmerman gunning for the opportunity to face Dylan Poteet, who retained the Intercontinental Championship this past Thursday night at Guardians of the Ring.
Hang on a second.
Hold on, we know that music.
That's Nick Gunther.
Nick Gunther, who we haven't seen since, middle of last year?
How about a way to kick off this episode? We're introducing the brand new Fantasy Dome, and Nick Gunther is going to be the first one inside the new ring.
Nick Gunther, a former two-time tag team champion, along with the individual that currently holds the Tri-Wizard Championship, RJ Bishop. Of course, we'll be talking a lot about RJ tonight as well, based off of what happened at the beginning stages of our Guardians of the Ring PLE. We've already got ourselves an official match for Bash at Tatooine's PLE.
Yeah, we'll have more details on that one later, but I'm really curious to see what Nick Gunther has to say here. I mean, again, like we said, it's been a really long time since we've seen this guy.
Had that major feud with RJ Bishop back in 2025.
I'm back! So I know it's been a long time since I've been in an FWE ring. And to be honest, for a time, I wasn't totally sure this day would come. First off, I needed to heal physically after the wars that RJ and I had. And I'm glad to state that a few months ago, the doctors gave me a clean bill of health. So why didn't I return to competition then? You see, healing physically was the easy part. But mentally, I still needed to heal. That took a lot longer than I thought. I couldn't understand why, after all that RJ and I had accomplished together, he'd turn on me in such a violent way. I couldn't figure out how, after all our success, he would suddenly call me out as the weak link. And maybe most importantly, I couldn't understand why he had to take himself into such a dark place, that he had to evoke of the Borger persona. These questions keep swirling around in my mind, and with not having any answers, I couldn't bring myself back to FWE. I couldn't take the chance of eventually running into RJ backstage. But now, I'm ready to begin the healing process. And the first step is getting back into the ring and doing what I love to do. maybe, just maybe, being in the atmosphere will clear my head enough that the answers will eventually reveal themselves. Okay, it's time to clear the first hurdle. I would like to ask my former tag team partner to come out and listen to a proposition that I have for him. RJ, will you please come out here?
Well, who would have thought last year after the battles, some would say the war we saw between these two, that we'd be entering into this new era of FWE with both individuals sharing the ring once again.
I never thought we would see this sight ever again, but RJ Bishop is making his way out to the ring right now. Of course, he's still got that Tri-Wizard Championship around his waist. He'll be putting that on the line at Bash at Tatooine against the Shadow Lord.
As you mentioned as well, not only that title up for grabs, but major stipulations involved in that matchup. If RJ Bishop wins, he would not only retain the title, but he would have the privilege of unmasking the hidden identity of the individual known as the Shadow Lord. However, if the Shadow Lord were to win, then RJ would lose the burger persona forever.
You got me out here. What do you want to make it quick?
First off, I'd like to say I'm happy for you. Look at you, Tri-Wizard Champion. That's amazing. Clearly you fought your way out of your dark place, and that's great. As I hope you heard back there, I'm trying to do the same. And I believe the biggest step for me, if I'm going to get back to where I need to be mentally, is to completely bury the hatchet with you. Put the past totally in the past. Therefore, if you allow me, I want to have you back in your upcoming match with the Shadow Lord. I've watched what he's been doing, and he is dangerous. Whether you realize it or not, you're going to need an ally. And finally, I want to in some way get our chemistry, and maybe more importantly, our trust back. I want to team with you tonight in a tag team match. Commissioner Woody says he has a team lined up for us, if you accept. So what do you say, champ? Are you ready to bring back Vicious Delicious and give it a second chance?
Fine.
We've just gotten the night kicked off. We're getting ourselves a tag team match. Vicious and Delicious are getting back together?
Commissioner Woody, I've got to talk to you.
Well, hello, Rapunzel. And what brings you here as if I even have to ask?
Did you see what happened at Saturday night at Springfield? Team Catching Fireflies failed again. They clearly should not have been the #1 contenders for the tag team titles. If that had been Belle and I guarantee you we'd now be 2-time women's tag team champions. So you need to do the right thing and book a match between us and Team Let It Go for the belts. Give us the shot that we deserve and make it happen tonight.
Okay, let me stop you right there. You had just as much of a chance to get to Saturday night in Springfield as Katniss and Ellie did. And let's call it for what it was. You failed. You're not getting an automatic title shot. But since I am a benevolent commissioner, I can offer you an opportunity to get a shot at the belts. You see, there's a new team in the tag team division who also want a match with Team Let It Go. So if you face them tonight and win, I'll name you the new #1 contenders. Easy, right?
A new team. Really? And just who exactly would that be?
Oh, now. I can't tell you that. It's a surprise. But what I can tell you is that you're about to find out real soon, because that match is next. Good luck.
As we welcome you back here to FWE, we're getting ready for tag team action. former tag team champions, the Disney Queens, Belle and Rapunzel. And according to what we just heard before we went to break there, Jack, there's apparently a new team in the women's tag team division. By all rights, Woody calling this a #1 contenders match.
How about that? I mean, we've had a lot to unpack already at the start of this episode. I barely had a moment to even take this brand new arena in. I've been thinking about showing up here for the last few days. Already we're seeing the reunion of Vicious and Delicious, it looks like, and now we have a #1 contenders match in the tag team division on the women's side.
Absolutely incredible how we are kicking the night off. I've just been told that that tag team matchup, Vicious and Delicious against a mystery tag team, will be our main event here this evening.
Let's find out who this new team is.
You poor simple fools, thinking you could defeat me, the mistress of all evil. Now you all bow to me.
Oh my.
This is going to be something else.
Maleficent on the left, Ursula on the right. I believe I just heard our ring announcer Mike Rome bill them as the unholy union. That's an understatement.
Oh yeah, I mean these two, you know, they're very dangerous competitors all by themselves, but pair them up together, I good luck to anybody who wants to step in the ring with these two.
Do not envy Belle and Rapunzel right now, as they're going to have to go through a formidable force in order to get another shot at the women's Disney tag team titles. And you gotta wonder as well, what if Anna and Elsa gotta be thinking right now? I'm sure they're backstage. We're gonna have eyes on this matchup. There's a possibility that down the line they may have to defend the titles against this duo.
I can't imagine what they would be thinking right now. They're probably as shocked as we are to see these two step out to the ring here tonight, but here we go.
And look at the size difference, but Rapunzel with a spear takedown there on Ursula. And now going with frequent tags here with Belle. I guess the only thing I could give an advantage to the Disney Queens is they've got the chemistry as a tag team. They've been there before. They've held the titles more than once. Ursula and Maleficent, up to this point, we've only seen them really in singles competition. We don't know what their chemistry is like as a tag team duo.
Yeah, this can be really telling if they're able to get the victory here tonight. But obviously, it's not gonna necessarily be the easiest thing for them ever, because the Disney Queens, there's a nice DDT. They've had some chemistry for quite some time, and a bit notorious in the women's tag team division as well, because we know that they have a history of locking competitors out, as we got to cover here.
Roll up there by Maleficent, and wow, very impressive for Belle to be able to kick out. That size, that leverage, usually you would think would give Maleficent the opportunity for that roll-up to be successful. Now another cover and a kick out at one.
Those are two quick covers, though, by Maleficent. All those kicks to the head. Belle is struggling right now.
Maleficent might have been thinking about going up to the top rope there. Tag team partner Ursula in her way, so that right there might be a sign of the chemistry just not quite being on point here for the unholy union. But if for no other reason of chemistry, you gotta think there's an intimidation factor when you look across the ring and
Absolutely.
see these two side by side.
I feel like that was already a thing when they were just making their entrance before they even got to the ring, as there's a hot tag there made by Belle to Rapunzel.
And that was smart, because Maleficent was going up to the top rope for something. In comes the fresher Rapunzel.
Oh, I think Maleficent was thinking about the same thing, but Rapunzel intercepted that attack, and there's a powerbomb.
Gotta think tonight Rapunzel would love to be able to, along with Belle, win this matchup, if for no reason but to snap a bit of a losing streak. Remember, oh, here's a cover here by Rapunzel after a slam on Maleficent and a kick out at one. But remember that Belle and Rapunzel, they ended up losing that #1 contenders match back prior to Saturday Night at Springfield, the team catching Fireflies. That was what allowed Ellie and Katniss the opportunity at the belts at the PLE. And then, let's also not forget that Rapunzel ended up losing in the semifinals to Shuri of the Guardians of the Ring tournament. So she's trying to get back to a winning streak in a way here.
I mean, that's something else that we'll definitely be talking about over these next few weeks is keep your eyes on Shuri in the women's division because she was victorious in that tournament, which means she has a guaranteed Women's Universal Championship match when we get to Combat Evolved. Oh, big spear.
Spear takedown there. I mean, you've said it so many times. Doesn't matter how tall you are. When you're at a horizontal base, the power game goes away. So that massive spear takedown was big for Rapunzel, but now Ursula with a big forearm shot.
Immediately drops Rapunzel in one fell swoop. I think this is the first time that Ursula has been legal in this matchup, and she's already here to dish out punishment. That's another thing, too. It might not just be about the tag team titles for these two. It might just be about punishing their opponents.
Could very well. I mean, you mentioned both of these two are formidable by themselves, but you put them together, and they might just have the goal of running roughshod over the women's tag team division, whether they're holding the belts or not, as Rapunzel makes the tag here to Belle. Good frequent tags here between the former Disney tag team champions. And again, whoever ends up winning this matchup, it sounded like Woody said that basically they would end up getting a future shot at the tag team titles currently held by Team Let It Go. As a nice reversal by Ursula and a big knee right to the top of the head.
Belle definitely feeling that one, and now gets dropped off that Irish whip.
Think about both of these women here, Maleficent. Oh! Big running knee it looked like there, maybe a Bosaico knee. I don't know how Belle was even able to get the height to connect.
Intercepted that attack though from Maleficent, and now look at the height she got on that jump.
Gracious!
Neck breaker there, and now she'll go for the tag, it looks like.
But you think back to what Maleficent and Ursula have been able to do here in FWE, maybe the most notable thing. Hold on, roll up here by Rapunzel on Maleficent, reverses it now, covered by Maleficent, and both are going to kick out of their respective pinning predicaments. Oh! Got a guillotine choke here. Guillotine choke by Maleficent. She calls that the Dark Majesty, but Belle was able to break it up. That could have easily been it because Rapunzel was right in the middle of the ring. There was no rope within reach.
Oh, gosh. Big back, not quite a back body drop, but she got dropped onto her back, and now, oh, that was intercepted.
Whoa! Maleficent might have been setting Rapunzel up for something, but Rapunzel with a reversal now has
no way.
Maleficent up and down. Calls that the snuggly duckling, and that's not going to be enough because Ursula is going to break up that pinfall.
I mean, credit to Ursula, immediately realized the danger and went for the breakup there, but that tag is going to keep the freshman participant in, Belle, and now Belle is going to try and put this one away.
Kick to the gut. Oh, and hits the leg drop. Beauty's Bane connects. Is that enough for them to advance for #1 contendership? And it is. The Disney Queens get their shot back at Team Let It Go.
Impressive showing from the Disney Queens. Impressive stuff to take down a team like Maleficent and Ursula, although I have a feeling that that's not the last we'll see of the Unholy Union.
Well, buddy, you're going to be up next, so I'll be seeing you in just a little bit. As Jax heads to backstage, he takes on Carlos Zimmerman. Levi McIntyre, #1 contendership for the IC title, is next.
The following contest is a triple threat match. Making his way to the ring from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 200 pounds, the One, Jack Mitchell.
Well, it was this past Thursday night at Guardians of the Ring. We saw Dylan Cote in an incredible match, successfully defend the Intercontinental Championship against the former champion, Hades. Tonight, he will have eyes on this matchup as he will know his future opponent for the belt. Jack Mitchell, my broadcast colleague, he's a former Wayfinder Cruiser champion, a former Tri-Wizard champion. He has yet to hold the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship here at FWE. Tonight could be the first step towards one of those remaining belts. Again, what an incredible evening it has been. Our debut inside of the brand new Fantasy Dome here in Albany, New York. We got things kicked off this evening with the reappearance, the long time awaited re-arrival of Nick Gunther. Not only did he make his return to FWE, but we will see the coming together once again of Vicious and Delicious as Nick Gunther and RJ Bishop will share the ring in tonight's main event in tag team action.
And his opponents, first from Cincinnati, Ohio, weighing in at 226 pounds, the Machine,
Well, this is indeed a new era in FWE, and this could be a new era for a number of wrestlers on the roster. Levi McIntyre, the War Machine. It's been a while since we've seen him even in the conversation for a championship here in FWE. Tonight has the opportunity to potentially fight for the Intercontinental Championship. You've got to think that maybe, just maybe now, as we've entered into this new version of Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment, this could be the opportunity for a number of individuals, both male and female, to enter into a period of renaissance for their FWE careers.
and from Houston, Texas, weighing in at 163 pounds, Carlos D.
Well, it's going to be the second time in recent memory that Carlos Zimmerman's going to have an opportunity to be the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Think all the way back to just before Paramount. We ended up having that fatal four-way matchup between himself, Hades, Robbie Gilvin, and a returning RJ Bishop. Carlos Zimmerman was unable to claim the gold that night. Let's see if he's going to be able to get himself back in the Intercontinental Championship picture in this triple threat. Triple threat rules, no countouts, no disqualification, anything goes. First pinfall, first submission inside of the ring, and we will have a new #1 contender for the DC Intercontinental Championship. We're in this new era, brand new arena. I mentioned this back during our Guardians of the Ring PLE. It's nice to have a little bit of the same old, though, as we've got Ernest Wright still as our referee. We've got the voice of Mike Rome ringing out here as he introduces the wrestlers down to ringside. Good to have a little bit of the old, but a lot of the new. As look at this, backslide, takedown here, pinning combination by Jack Mitchell, and the War Machine Levi McIntyre able to kick out. Mitchell with a moonsault, does not hit anybody, and now Carlos with a mule kick takes down McIntyre. The action is fast and furious in the early going of this one. Enziguri there by Carlos Zimmerman. Got representation from pretty much every third of the United States here. The eastern side, the Ohio native Levi McIntyre, the central side, the Texas boy Carlos Zimmerman, and the west coast, courtesy of Jack Mitchell. It's, oh, Levi McIntyre, there you go. No disqualifications, kendo stick in hand, and he laid it over the dome of Mitchell. Big clothesline in the corner by Levi McIntyre. And now Carlos Zimmerman off the ropes. Springboard forearm. And now Zimmerman, the only one standing tall, at least for the moment. McIntyre back to his feet, but taken down with a suplex. Now he's got the kendo stick, but look at that. Levi McIntyre noticed the situation, got out of the ring in a hurry. Now over here, right in front of the announce table, sit down powerbomb to Mitchell out on the floor. Zimmerman, forearm shot right across the jaw of Levi McIntyre. Oh, and a Superman punch there on the outside. That's one of Mitchell's moves. Maybe some mental games being played there by Carlos Zimmerman. We don't normally see him with that move in his repertoire. As referee Ernest Wright, nothing he can do right now but just stand back and watch. All this on the outside of the ring is perfectly legal. There are no countouts or disqualifications. All Ernest Wright can do is wait until this action eventually, hopefully, migrates its way back in between the ropes. And now Jack Mitchell back into the ring. Ooh, missed that clothesline at Levi McIntyre, and he's going to pay the price as Mitchell with the German suplex. Lariat clothesline turns Levi McIntyre inside out. Oh, and now Carlos Zimmerman, rib first, midsection into those steel steps. Facebuster by Zimmerman. You can't win the match on the outside, but you can certainly damage your opponent, or in this case, opponents, with the weaponry at ringside. As Carlos was going to introduce a chair, Mitchell scouted it, kicked it out of Zimmerman's hands. Oh, and look at that! Levi McIntyre just throwing Carlos off the apron, and now it's a one-on-one situation here. The third man not a factor. As soon as I say that, Zimmerman back in between the ring, but into the ring. Oh, and a spear! Cover by Zimmerman on Mitchell after a massive spear. Oh, and Mitchell's going to get the right shoulder up at 2. Oh, moonsault by Zimmerman. I thought he was going to overshoot, but he landed on the lower back of Levi McIntyre. Now drives Jax headfirst into that turnbuckle. Big spinning kick. Mitchell is down. Zimmerman focuses now on McIntyre, has him trapped in the ropes. And debilitating knee shots. Like may have been up into the chest region. Big boot. Puts Levi McIntyre to the outside. And I think he might have actually landed one of his body parts on that steel chair there on the outside as well. Oh, gracious. Backstabber by Zimmerman. Look out. Oh, you could hear that in the cheap seats here. And another Superman punch, and now Mitchell with one of his own. And now Mitchell stands tall. Zimmerman now with chair in hand again. Shot to Levi, shot to Jack. Another one for McIntyre. Now what is Zimmerman thinking here on the outside? Has Mitchell up. And down with a reverse GTS. Sounds like the back of Jack's head may have bounced off the cover of this announce table as well. So heavy impact and worse landing there. Now McIntyre and Zimmerman tied up there on the far side. Mitchell's back to his feet. Went for a Superman punch, and I think Levi might have been going for a drop kick. The Superman punch did not hit, but McIntyre, missing the drop kick, still took an impact to his back, and now, oh, double DDT! Temporary alliance between Mitchell and Zimmerman, and that was very short-lived. As where in the world is Jack going? Top rope, leg drop. And now Levi's got steel steps. Jack's not going to allow him to introduce that into the match as he'll hit him with a high knee right under the chin. And Mitchell again, now the only one on his feet. He's got to get one of these two back inside the ring. So that's the only place the pinfall and submission can take place. Taking the long ways around here, might be taking an opportunity to catch his breath. And now we've got Carlos Zimmerman bringing the steel steps inside of the ring. Oh, went for the clothesline, but I think he tripped over the steps. And then Mitchell went for, I think that was a springboard elbow. I don't know if he connected or not. If he did, it had very little effect. The steel steps in the ring are ominous. Irish whipped into the corner. Corner Superman punch there by Mitchell. Oh, and those steel steps gonna get in the way. I think he might have been going for a spear. Zimmerman blocked the kick by McIntyre. The referee might want to get out of the way because it's a mosh pit over in that corner. Big shot by McIntyre, looking maybe for a massive clothesline. And now X Factor by Mitchell. Now Jack back under the ring, kendo stick in hand. Oh, decides not to use it. Instead goes after Zimmerman, and Zimmerman will meet him with a Superman punch. Like Mitchell trying to drive Zimmerman to the steel steps, but those steps aren't there anymore. They're inside of the ring. Now Levi's got a kendo stick. Went for Carlos, missed. And now he's gonna pay the price. Another reverse GTS. And an enziguri kick there by Mitchell. Levi is down and out. And now Mitchell maybe feeling the end is near, deposits Zimmerman in between the ropes. But he'll go after Levi McIntyre instead here. Oh, what a Hurricane Rana on the outside. And now Zimmerman's got the steps in hand, only temporarily. And now all three individuals again on the outside of the ring. I think there's been a lot more action outside than there has been inside of the ring. It's another Superman punch there by Mitchell, and he's going up top again. Oh, what a forearm from the top rope. Gravity is normally not your best friend, but right there it was, because it just added to the impact of that forearm. And now just wearing out Carlos with that kendo stick. Levi McIntyre, big body shots. Right to the gut, big boot as well. Again, this is just for the opportunity to face Dylan Poteet as the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Roll up here by Zimmerman on McIntyre. And Carlos is gonna steal one. A surprise roll up right behind the legs. And Carlos Zimmerman will be facing Dylan Poteet as the next opponent for the Intercontinental Championship.
Hey, Jasmine, hold it right there.
Oh, hey, Milan. I was just on my way to meet up with you guys.
Okay, just save it, Jasmine. The heck has been going on with you? You don't answer our calls or texts, and now I find you back here. If I had to guess, I see you were avoiding us. Could it be you're getting ready for your title match at Combat Evolved? Oh, wait, that's right. You don't have one. You failed again. You continue to fail. And I can't help but start to wonder if you just don't want to help out the Disney Queens. I'm holding a championship. Ariel, Belle, Rapunzel have all held titles. We're trying to establish ourselves, the top female group in FWE, and you continue to leave a black mark on our work.
Okay, look. I understand how you're feeling. I know I've had opportunities and I've not been able to capitalize on them, but I know inside that there is going to be a chance where I am going to be able to bring gold into the Disney Queens. I just need that moment. I just need that chance, and if you let me have it, I promise you that I won't let you down.
You're lucky that I'm not the only one in this group. If it was up to me, you'd been kicked out weeks ago. But luckily for you, Ariel still believes in you. So she's gone to Commissioner Woody and arranged a non-title match for you tonight against Autumn Brooks. Maybe, just maybe with a win, you can get a shot at the FWE Hardcore title. But just be aware, if you lose, I'm not responsible for what happens next.
Oh, thank you, Milan. Thank you so much. I promise I won't let you down. You will have no cause to regret this.
You better hope I don't, Jasmine. You best better hope I don't.
It's scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, accompanied by the Surfer Princess, representing the Queen from Bella,
Well, we welcome you back here to FWE. My colleague Jack Mitchell joins me back here at the commentary desk. I know it's not the result you wanted, but that was a heck of a triple threat you guys just had.
I will say it was good to get in the ring with those two again. They're always really tough competition. They pushed me as hard as I didn't get pushed, so credit to Carlos, credit to Levi. I mean, we put on a show, I feel like, and what the fans came for, but at the end of the day, I still need to get claim the championship gold somehow.
Well, you talk about getting pushed as hard as you possibly can. How about the situation with Jasmine? We just saw before the commercial break, it's almost sounding like the patience of Mulan, and maybe most of the Disney Queens as a whole is wearing thin with the unsuccessfulness of Jasmine here in FWE. This may be it. This may be the breaking point for Jasmine's status as a member of the faction.
It very well could. I mean, we're going to see how this match plays out and see if it leads to anything, but Mike Rome do his job here.
Women's Hardcore Champion, Danny Brooks.
To the earlier point, yeah, I mean, I really honestly feel like if Jasmine cannot get a win here today in a non-title match, does she really have any business contending for any other titles or anything like that in the future that could help the Disney Queens?
I mean, Mulan brought up a great point. She's a former Women's Universal Champion, currently holds the Female Fighting Championships. Bella and Rapunzel, former Tag Team Champs. As a matter of fact, earlier on tonight, they've now laid claim to #1 contendership again to fight for the Tag Team title belts. Ariel, a former Hardcore Champion, but there's a 0 in the title belt column for Jasmine. Autumn Brooks, the Hardcore Champion, won that belt from Jessica Shelton. And here tonight, if she can pick up a victory against Jasmine, be a big question mark as to who future #1 contender would be. But if Jasmine could win here tonight, there's the likelihood that further on down the road, we could see these two match up again with the Hardcore title in the balance.
Cover right out of the gate. Jasmine is desperate to try to win this one. Almost got the 3 count, but Autumn is going to power out at 2.
Interesting to see there at ringside Ariel, and apparently Ariel is one of the few, if maybe the only member of the Disney Queens that still is willing to give Jasmine a chance. Obviously, we see no Mulan at ringside, no Belle, no Rapunzel, so Jasmine having the opportunity here tonight solely due to Ariel's belief in her still.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Ariel say it too. She felt as though that she might be kicked out of the faction if she wasn't the only one there.
Big kick to the back there by Autumn Brooks, and this is kind of unusual here as well, because normally when we end up seeing the hardcore title come out here to the ring, we expect to see hardcore rules of some kind, but no, this is just a straight up traditional one-on-one matchup between these two, so maybe a little bit unfamiliar territory here for Autumn Brooks with what she's gone through here in the past month and a half in her battles with Jessica Shelton, as here to cover, has those arms grapevine there, a nice roll up, but a kick out at 1 by Jasmine.
I would say it is certainly unfamiliar territory for Autumn, because she's not used to, hold on, cover here. Power out at 1. I mean, she's not used to these type of matches where there are countouts and there are DQs, so she's going to have to play by the rules a little bit here, which is not really what we see when it comes to the Hardcore Championship.
Certainly is not, as firmly in control right now is the Hardcore Champ. Big shots to the bridge of the nose of Jasmine. And now plotting her next move here, gonna go up to the top rope. Oh, went for a splash and over-calculated a little bit.
Didn't quite get that landing, overshot where she was going for. But Jasmine's gonna get sent into this corner.
Ooh.
Ariel jumped up on the ring apron for a moment there. Looked like she maybe had some ideas.
Maybe try and cause a little bit of distraction there. Buy Jasmine some time, but nice German suplex by Autumn Brooks. Another cover here by Autumn on Jasmine. And Jasmine again with the power out at 1. And one has to wonder, each one of these kickouts by Jasmine, how much of it has desperation factored in, because we heard Mulan say that if Jasmine squanders this opportunity here, she's not really responsible for what happens next. You certainly would have to think that the end possibly could be near for Jasmine. This is the last opportunity. This is the last straw.
And there's not even a title on the line necessarily in this matchup either. I mean, Jasmine has had multiple opportunities for titles. She was in the ladder match at Power Up, so she's had her opportunities and consistently come up short. Cover here, kick out at 1.
A springboard drop kick there into the cover by Jasmine. All of a sudden the tides have turned. Jasmine now in control of the women's Rotten to the Hardcore champion. Whoa!
Oh, look
Ernest
out.
Wright in the wrong place.
Oh, look out!
Jasmine clotheslining Ernest Wright. I don't think she meant to do that. And now an armbar here by Autumn Brooks. By all rights, Ernest Wright could call for a disqualification there.
I think he recognizes that was not intentional. He's not calling for a DQ.
Now submission here by Jasmine. Bow and arrow submission right across those knees. Oh, look at that. Nice reversal there by Autumn. Actually floated into a cover.
Jasmine is very quick to recover from it, although she's getting met with all these attacks now by Autumn, who sweeps the legs.
Cover here by Autumn Brooks. Looking to put Jasmine away, and Jasmine again. Still a little left in the tank. Kicking out at 2.
Up to the top. Moonsault connects. Going to go right back into the cover. Try and put this one away. Kick out at 1. Those some powerful kickouts by Jasmine. She's definitely got a lot of life left still, but she's in trouble here.
Oh my! Did you see the height on that moonsault by Autumn Brooks?
All the height, all the velocity as she goes from the top rope to the floor ringside. And we talk about all the time how there's minimal padding out there right above concrete.
Jasmine's just now starting to stir. She was motionless for a time after that moonsault. Backstabber by Autumn Brooks.
Oh, caught that leg though, did Jasmine. I'm gonna wrench on the arm into the cover.
Roll
nice
up.
little roll up. Kick out before one though.
Oh! Oh! Raja's revenge! But doesn't go for the cover. Big knee to the back of the head. Autumn crumples to the mat in a heap. I'm a little surprised that we didn't, oh, maybe send up for a, oh no, running bulldog.
She got even more punishment. Don't have a lot of ground to cover here though.
Oh no, is she going for desert wind? Nailed it! Is this gonna be enough to pin the Hardcore champion? Jasmine finally back in the win column.
Here is your winner, the Diamond Princess.
This is huge in more ways than one. Not only does Jasmine finally get some positive momentum in her direction, but now she has a claim to be the new #1 contender for the women's hardcore title.
And not only that, but if she gets that title shot, she goes into that matchup already having a pinfall victory over the champion.
Ramifications of this win are huge, and I'm sure the Disney Queens are really pleased to see this result. Ariel, you can tell, is definitely happy about this one.
Desperation can maybe be the biggest form of momentum. And Jasmine may have just found that. But up next, Vicious and Delicious. They're back in an FWE ring.
Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right down Santa Claus Lane. Some of all his reindeers moving on the range.
Well, we welcome you back here to FWE as we enter into this new era. And it looks like the mystery tag team that Vicious and Delicious are taking on tonight is going to be none other than Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny, better known as the Hurt Business.
Combined weight of 574 pounds. EEB and the Saint Nicholas, the Hurt Business.
I mentioned about the fact a lot of stuff new here in FWE. Nice to have some of the old to go along with it. One of those things I would have to say would not be the creepiness of the Easter Bunny.
I was going to say, it is good to see at least that the new version of the Fantasy Dome can handle all the smoke and the pyro from that entrance. Definitely still a little bit unsettling those every time you look at the Easter Bunny, but still a formidable opponent. And I think that's something else to consider as well, is the fact that it's not a complete mystery. We didn't know that the Hurt Business was going to be the tag team opponents for RJ and Nick tonight, but at the very least, we know who they are. We have a read on their playbooks. We know what they're capable of doing.
Last time we saw them in an FWE ring, they ended up having a losing effort in tag team action to the Black Pearl crew back when we were having that mini tournament to determine #1 contenders. The family, Ed and Eddie, would eventually go on to be tag team champions at Guardians of the Ring. Well, it's the second time tonight that we have heard the theme from Rocky ring out through the new Fantasy Dome, as we earlier tonight saw the re-emergence, the return of Nick Gunther, former two-time Men's Disney Tag Team Champion.
It is really good to see Nick back in the fold here. Again, it's been a really long time since we've last seen him, but definitely seems to have found his stride again. And the first thing he did when he showed up here tonight at the beginning of the show was make amends with his former tag team partner, RJ Bishop. We're going to see Vicious and Delicious in action again for the first time in a really long time.
We know that they've got chemistry. They showed it back in the day, but that was a long time ago. Can they reconnect that link?
I'm honestly not sure. I mean, that was such a long time ago as well. You have to consider that there might be some past relationship trauma, I guess, for lack of a better term, that these two are going to be experiencing.
Tucson, Arizona, weighing in at 228 pounds, the Men's World Champion,
Something else that's interesting, we talked at length earlier on tonight about, RJ Bishop, the Shadow Lord, the matchup that they're going to have at Bash at Tatooine. But something else that I keyed in on that Nick Gunther said to RJ was he wants to have his back. He wants to be an ally with RJ against the Shadow Lord. Gunther's been away from the ring, but that doesn't mean he doesn't know the goings-ons of what's been happening here in FWE. He knows what the Shadow Lord has been doing, and he said that RJ cannot take him lightly. Therefore, RJ needs to have Nick Gunther in his corner, having his back.
Yeah, that's a really interesting one. I'm actually kind of curious to know how Dylan Pottier feels about that, because he's probably going to be focused soon on defending that Intercontinental Championship. But at the same time, Pottier just kind of had RJ's back in those matchups so far that he's had against the Shadow Lord. So this is really curious here.
Nick Gunther going to start things out here against Santa Claus, and I don't want to take anything away from Nick, but again, we've documented just how long it's been since he's been inside of an FWE ring. Will we see any type of ring rust out of him?
Well, so far, he doesn't look like he's lost a step as he hit those knees on Santa. Now, laying those kicks and punches while Santa's on the ground. That'll certainly get him a spot on the naughty list.
Men's Tag Team Championships, as we documented, currently in possession of the family. Ed and Eddie defeating the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back this past Thursday night at Guardians of the Ring. I know that maybe it's a dreamer's hope, but could there be some point down the line that we could see Nick Gunther and RJ Bishop make amends in such a way that eventually we could see them holding those tag team belts again? They're the only team in the men's tag team division to hold the belts more than once.
Yeah, I mean, I really feel like time will tell. I mean, it's going to take a while to repair that relationship. I mean, obviously, RJ was willing to team up for the time being, but we don't know if this is just a one-time thing, as Nick's going to go for a cover here. This is really close to the ropes.
Cover in, and right there, as you said, it's in enemy territory as well, right within striking range of the Easter Bunny, who decided not to get involved and break it up. Felt that Santa was going to be able to kick out and was correct in that assumption, as now the tag into the Easter Bunny.
And as I was saying, we don't know if this is just going to be a one-time thing here tonight, or if there is truly some kind of a path forward for these two to kind of rekindle those old days. But they're looking like they're showing some chemistry right here and now.
Just like the good old days right there, as RJ, assisted by Nick Gunther with that flying shoulder tackle, takes the Easter Bunny down. Was a little surprised there wasn't quite as much interaction from RJ's side there. Very few words spoken. I mean, just a simple fine and then left the ring. I wasn't exactly sure how to read RJ's response.
I wasn't totally sure either, but if I had to make a guess, I would say he's just really focused right now on trying to get through this rivalry with the Shadow Lord. Here we go, first time in the new Fantasy Dome.
He's been taking an eye at the product. You know he has, because he's going to use the most overused move in fantasy wrestling entertainment.
Oh, backstabber though by the Easter Bunny. And
cover here.
Cover.
That distraction paid off there, but the Easter Bunny only able to get a 1 count.
It's a sentence I never thought I would utter, but I guess I've seen it all as a commentator now these days.
Now the Easter Bunny just laying in kicks right between the shoulder blades, and that actually, I believe, was bouncing Nick's face off the mat as well. So getting hit on 2 fronts and a big kick.
Nick's lights are out. Going to go into the cover. Kick out at 2. Still plenty of life left in Nick. I'm going to look out here, though. That's a rough landing.
Yeah, I mean, normally when we end up seeing a moonsault like that, oh, well, didn't score with the splash, but that moonsault normally will end up seeing an individual land perpendicular across either the gut or the back. Easter Bunny landed almost parallel with Nick, so the entire brunt of that force hit the entire body of Gunther. And that might have been a little that ring rust right there, as he wasn't able to score with, I'm assuming that was a springboard senton, but it almost looked like maybe his foot got caught on the top rope.
He got some of it, but definitely not all of it, and he might want to look out here because there's definitely some ring rust on display there with Nick Gunther.
Santa Claus looking to take advantage, goes in for the cover, doesn't even get a 1 count, as referee Ernst Wright maybe a little slow to get there to that pinfall. Shot to the gut. Gunther is in a bad, bad way. Oh!
Oh!
Snake Eyes in the corner, and now a big boot across the face.
He needs to think about a tag at some point soon. You've got your fresh tag team partner on the outside. You've been in the legal man of this matchup for the most of it, but now he's stuck in the wrong part of town. You see the big gash across his forehead.
Wow, I didn't know bunnies could fly.
Like it hot. Speaking of which.
Ooh.
Oh, I think the Easter Bunny went for some kind of move to the head, neck area, and
Maybe a
was able to
sliding
dodge it.
forearm or something like that. A deep arm drag, though, takes Gunther down and stifles out that momentum.
Look at the wounds on his face. I mean,
Makes
I
the
noticed
tag.
more than one.
Oh. RJ was looking to take advantage there of the Easter Bunny, celebrating. That mule kick will take him down.
Good tag, though, by Nick to get RJ back in, and RJ's been relaxing and refreshing on that side of the ring for a while, but now this doesn't exactly connect with that moonsault.
Oh, big kick there to the back of the head. And this is an interesting scenario for RJ Bishop because his focus now is kind of twofold as that springboard senton is going to score for the Easter Bunny. Not only is RJ focused on this tag team matchup here tonight and, having to work on maybe repairing the relationship with Nick Gunther, but obviously, as you said, got to be laser focused on his Tri-Wizard Championship matchup at Bash at Tatooine as Santa Claus gets the shoulder up. I mean, you've kind of been in that scenario before when you held both the Tri-Wizard Championship and the Wayfinder Cruiser Championship. You kind of had to have your mind in two different places. How much does that weigh on you, and how difficult is it to manage when you're basically in one scenario or another?
It's going to be really tricky. I mean, you obviously you have to focus on what's in front of you and what's going on in the ring right now. As there's a cover in by Santa, kick out at one, but at the same time, you have to have the mentality of having eyes in the back of your head. You have to be aware of what's happening just about all the time. It's definitely not an easy predicament to be in.
I mean, one would have to wonder for RJ Bishop. I mean, certainly can't know what's going on in his mind, but could there be a small part of him that is kind of resenting the fact that he's having to deal with this relationship status with Nick Gunther at such a time that he has to be focused on the Shadow Lord and his antics? As here's a cover again by Santa and a kick out at one by RJ.
I mean, that's a really good point. I mean, you're probably thinking to yourself, not now. Anytime later in the future, maybe, but not now. Nick is in a world of hurt right here.
Oh my! Double knees backstabber. Santa, don't normally see him with that type of high-flying offense. Maybe taking a page out of the book of his tag team partner, the Easter Bunny. Whoop! Had Nick up at a reverse DDT, and now Gunther has Santa where he wants him.
Big golden opportunity to try to put Santa away. Big DDT. Tag RJ in.
So far, I gotta say, the chemistry has been there. The tags have been pretty timely. The only thing that we've seen, for the most part, that might be a little bit of question mark is maybe potential ring rust by Nick Gunther. Look at that!
A curly fry and a big kick.
Cover in by RJ Bishop on Santa Claus to win this main event, and Easter Bunny breaks it up. I believe Santa was in the process of kicking out with a little added insurance there from his tag team partner.
I mean, absolutely certain that the matchup was not going to end there, but now the action going to spill ringside. RJ not letting up.
I really don't want to try to venture into the mind of the individual known as the Shadow Lord, but do you think there's any possibility? Oh! Santa bouncing off the ring post there. Do you think there's any possibility that he has a vested interest in this matchup, or do you think he really doesn't care?
I think he's absolutely paying attention to this matchup. He's studying RJ right now and kind of understanding what his tactics are going to be, getting a read on his playbook, but also making sure he knows how worn out RJ is. Nice little attack there by RJ, though, over the top rope.
Hits the lower back with that springboard senton cover here on Santa Claus, who has been busted open. Oh! I thought that was it.
Judging by his reaction, RJ did as well.
Oh, and now RJ up over the top. That momentum, the powerhouse of Santa Claus, taking him out to the floor. And what is Kris Kringle thinking?
Oh! Plants that boot right in the forehead of RJ as he jumps up from the top rope down to the floor ringside. RJ's in a world of hurt right now.
Oh, went for a knee there of some kind. RJ had it scouted.
They're doing a little dance for the crowd, though. Did not see the tag, but I'm sure he's aware of it anyway. Big boots. Oh, my.
Massive clothesline takes the Easter Bunny down. Tri-Wizard champion gonna fly with the springboard moonsault. Now the Easter Bunny in the wrong part of town. Tag into Gunther. Shot right to the midsection. Oh, look at this though. Surprise roll up here. Great finds the legs. And Gunther gonna be able to slip out.
Go for another quick tag here. I mean, Santa's been in for a while before that last little stint in the ring for the Easter Bunny. These two are exchanging blows in the middle of the ring.
Body shot after body shot. Side Russian leg sweep there by Gunther. Oh, we've seen this before. It's been a long time. Zach Wheeler connects.
Down goes Santa. Cover is in.
Is that enough? And the Easter Bunny not going to let it happen. I think he may have gotten the ref.
He did. Ernest Wright is down.
That's a second bump Ernest Wright has taken here this evening. As the Easter Bunny was trying to get in there to break up that pinfall and caught the referee, Ernest Wright, as well. Whoa, RJ, not sure what he was going for there. Reversed by Santa Claus, and now tag in. Here comes the Easter Bunny once again.
RJ back onto his feet, though. He's going to try and greet the Easter Bunny into this matchup.
I have a feeling Ernest Wright is hoping that if this is what the new era of FWE is going to be like, he better have some health insurance.
He might as well. I mean, 2 bumps already. I mean, I don't think that was intentional. I mean, obviously they were just trying to break up a pin, but sometimes you got to get through whatever's in your way, even if that includes the referee.
Well, he's a tough cookie.
Certainly is.
Oh, Easter Bunny's got RJ up. Was that a tag by Nick Gunther right there?
Couldn't tell. It doesn't look like there was one, because otherwise he would be being ushered into the ring by a referee.
Either that or he might have been going for a cheap shot there on the Easter Bunny to help RJ out. Oh!
Oh!
Gosh!
That was painful.
Yeah, it did. That was the apocalypse that Easter Bunny was going for, and nobody home.
No bunny home?
No bunny home.
Springboard there by RJ.
Cover here on the Easter Bunny, and Santa Claus gonna break it up. I mean, you talked about this the last couple of episodes of FWE, our last couple of PLEs at Saturday Night at Springfield and Guardians of the Ring. The tag team division, the tag team matchups we've been treated to have been absolutely incredible, and tonight has been no exception.
Ooh. Absolutely. These tag team matchups have been insane, and the chemistry that we're seeing on display, even from teams like Vicious and Delicious, who haven't been together in forever, it's proving to really be something quite a spectacle to watch.
Well, tonight in this first new episode of this era of FWE, as Cover is in here by the Easter Bunny and a kick out at 1. We are on the road to Bash at Tatooine. Rapunzel and Belle have now put themselves back into #1 contendership for the women's Disney Tag Team titles. Carlos Zimmerman winning a triple threat tonight. He's the new #1 contender for the DC Intercontinental Championship. And we ended up seeing, just prior to this matchup, Jasmine pinned the women's Rotten to the Hardcore champion Autumn Brooks. Kind of a last chance opportunity. One would certainly think now she's in line for a shot at the Hardcore title as, Nick is going to be in a bad spot. Santa Santa Stunner.
Good night.
Cover is in by Santa Claus on Gunther. Oh! RJ with the breakup. I couldn't tell if Nick may also have been getting ready to get that left shoulder up. Whatever the case, matchup continues on. I thought it was over right
I
there.
don't think Nick was kicking out. I think that was the end of it. Another roll up here.
Cover in here by Gunther.
Oh my.
That might have been the closest pinfall we've had yet.
I seriously don't think Nick was getting up from that. I think RJ flying in at the literal last possible millisecond is what allowed that match to continue.
And now a well-needed tag here by Gunther, RJ Bishop. Oh, what in the world is he thinking? Oh! Massive punt kick by RJ, the cheeseburger slider. And Easter Bunny breaks it up.
On we go, and I mean, stamina definitely has to be something to consider, and something else to consider as well. We haven't talked about this at all. Our current power-up briefcase holder, William Turner, is backstage, probably watching this matchup, seeing how exhausted RJ Bishop is getting.
That's a fantastic point. That power-up briefcase has so much, as the word states, power behind it. Anytime, any place, any circumstances. Is cover here by Santa on RJ, who's going to power out at 1. We are truly in the extra innings of this tag team matchup.
Yeah, next big move more than likely is going to put this thing away. And I mean, I don't know if RJ or Nick are going to get that lucky again, coming so close to breaking up a pinfall. Oh, gosh.
Cover here by the Easter Bunny on the Tri-Wizard Champion, and a kick out at 1.
Surprisingly early kick out for being this late in the match. We're going to slowly get back to his feet.
Oh, man, a flurry of offense there. Couple of kicks, back forearm, high knee. And now going to let Santa kind of prey on a fallen Tri-Wizard champ. What the heck?
Oh, my. And Santa has surprised us more than once in this matchup. That just adds to the list.
Men that big should not be able to fly like that.
Well, when you've got a little bit of
clothesline.
Christmas magic in your pocket, then I guess that
That's true.
doesn't do you any harm. Kick to the back of the head. Again, they're going to go for the tag.
RJ's in a world of hurting right now.
In no position right now to try and tag Nick Gunther into this matchup. I feel like Nick is going to need to be tagged in very soon, or this could be the end of it. RJ's getting worn down.
You gotta think somewhere backstage, a smile has to be etched across the face of the Shadow Lord, seeing RJ getting taken this way here. You know, the longer this matchup goes on, I know that we're about less than a month away. There's still some recovery time, but this right now would put the Shadow Lord physically at an advantage in that title match at Bash at Tatooine.
All I can say is that RJ better hope he doesn't really get involved in that many more matchups, because he knows he's going to need to be
Philadelphia special! And he used the ropes for that leverage to springboard it, and again broken up by Santa.
And we continue, and the exhaustion factor definitely going to be growing and growing and growing the further along we get into this. It feels like that really should have been the end of it.
Big heel kick by Gunther. Here's the tag to RJ Bishop.
Might be why RJ might not have necessarily been that eager to participate in this match.
Maybe late in the going, but it's still plenty of time to deliver the most overused move in FWE.
Earlier point, he might not have been so eager because he knows that these type of matchups, they can last a long time. Here we go again.
So nice, we're gonna do it twice.
I mean, Santa does check his list twice. RJ is not slowing down, determined to put this thing to bed.
Shot
to
to
the
the
gut.
midsection. Oh, but one right back there by the Easter Bunny.
Easter Bunny does not have a tag team partner. He would be smart right now to try to put this thing away as quickly as he can, because if RJ gets him down, there's nobody for him to tag in.
RJ right now close to his tag team partner if he could just reach out. Oh, but now sleeper hold in here. If RJ taps out or passes out, then Easter Bunny and Santa Claus would win this tag team matchup. Jawbreaker gonna find a way out of it.
The good news for the Easter Bunny is that Santa did make his way back onto the apron.
Oh!
Big kick.
Big disaster kick by RJ. Cover in on the Easter Bunny. And that's gonna do it.
What an absolute war.
Here are your winners, Nick King and RJ Bishop.
The reconnection of Vicious and Delicious results in a W.
See what the ramifications are going forward, but for now, it looks like all is good in the land of Vicious and Delicious.
Well, thank you all for tuning in to this new era of FWE. Join us this Saturday night as we take a step closer to the Bash It Tattooing PLE Saturday night. It's FWE Extra.